Rolling? Oh. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very delayed reaction from me because I was actually looking at my phone. But this isn't anything, directly related to Radical Rewind or anything like that. It's more or less, for one, I just want to chat, just relax, but I also want to talk about my current plans for one, this coming May, but also this coming summer, because believe it or not, if you can look right here, it is in fact April 25th. But more importantly, it means May is just around the corner. So you're probably thinking, so what do you want to talk about? Well, first things first, I'm excited to announce that starting in... Okay. My brain's just like off right now. Like, have you ever had those moments where okay, that was pretty funny. It's just the timing. I was gonna say. Oh God, I can't shut up now. I was gonna say, have you ever had those moments where, like, you're not sure what you want to say, but at the same time, like, your brain is just already thought of something, but then, like, as soon as you want to say it, your brain's just like... Also, I apologize for that deafening metal clang. It's just, I was trying to grab my phone, and, okay, so here's a little bit of a fun fact about me. My ring fingers, I'm talking about the finger between your pinky finger and your, fuck you finger. Okay, I'm kidding. The finger between your pinky and your middle finger, is that finger. Mine, I don't know if it was because of the way I was born, or because of how they were already positioned whenever I was in my mom's womb, but they aren't straight. They're not straight whatsoever. If you were to meet me in real life, you'd probably notice it. And you'll probably notice it a little bit whenever I eventually get my webcam. I'm not saying I ordered one, it's just, I'm gonna be buying one from Walmart next month. Actually, let me show what I'm talking about, the, Razer Kiyo. Because, I'm gonna be showing what I'm talking about. Right. This is what I mean. So, wait. Oh yeah, there it is. Yes, I get that. Shut up. It's not how much it is. Okay. Wait, what? Okay. Hold on. Yeah, here it is. So, at my local Walmart, I saw this, And that's how much it was, roughly. It was actually 87 according to the price tag. But, oh, hey, viewer. Yeah, like, this is the webcam I said I was gonna get. Now what's really cool is I actually happen to have... Get out of the way. God damn it, stop. Pardon... Ah! Ah! Come on! Stop! Okay. Is this. I have Razer Central. What I was trying to show off is it'll work with that, which is really cool. But the reason why that's so good is because you could like set up how the camera will look to the viewer. Like, I don't mean like you actually it's not like I'm getting a separate camera and showing the other camera. What I mean is it'll have different filters and stuff, I guess. Actually, hold on, let me read this. Okay. Mount up, light up, what's up? I don't know, what's up with you? With the Razer Kiyo, pretty sure that's how you pronounce it, your fans or friends are always one click away. With studio-like lighting and full HD capabilities. I'm not dyslexic, I'm just stupid. It's great for streaming and video calls, so you can stay connected with the people of your life. Designed and tested by top streamers, the Razer Kiyo is a desktop streaming camera with a powerful multi-step ring light that you can dim or brighten on command, with the ability to stream at 60 FPS for full gaming fidelity. It's the perfect camera for professional streaming. Like, that is so cool. You have, you know, like, camera controls and stuff, which is really cool. And here's the thing. Synapse 3. I think that's what I have. Hold on. I think that is Synapse 3. Maybe. I mean, it says new Synapse, so I assume that's it. But, the other reason why I want to get this camera as opposed to just, you know, a $30 camera is because I'm interested in making sure that I'm able to produce the best possible quality for my streams in terms of what you're seeing and whenever you see my face, because I've used webcams before, but they were 30 FPS. They were kind of a little meh, I guess. Now, granted, this also is 30 FPS, but yeah, I'm honestly okay with a 720p. Seriously, like, in my eyes, 720p is still okay. Not perfect, but not terrible. Then we have Logitech. A message from Dark Viper AU himself: do not use Logitech. Some of this stuff has really gone down in quality. Wait. Yeah, look at this. This thing only has like one video quality. Right? Yeah, like I don't know. You want the Razer Kiyo, even though it's got a similar rating, but eh. But I mean, still, like, consider the benefits of having one of these, right? You got high quality at 30 FPS. Yeah, that's is kind of a sacrifice for having such high fidelity. But trading that off for a slightly lower video quality for 60 FPS, that's good. That's really, really good. And like it said in the actual description, you can use this, you know, it still has the same description. Also, I'm pretty sure that the price that you're seeing is from the actual company, but at Walmart I saw it there for literally like $87. But I mean, even still, it's really good from what I've read. I mean, obviously. But there's also the Keo Pro, I think. But I'm just getting the Keo. Unless the Keo Pro is the normal key. Wait a minute. Huh? This is the Keo Pro. So, let me get this straight. I'm not putting... Really? You're wanting me to pay an extra $100 for extra fancy stuff. Now, I get that the Keo itself, the normal one, is pretty fancy. But really? I'm getting it partially because, for one, that's a really good price, especially at Walmart, for such a camera like that. $100 for a camera like that? Like, normally for something like that, you'd have to pay, like, $300 or something. But no, you could get that for a very accessible price, especially, like I said, Walmart. But not only that, but I mean, think about it like this. Why would I want to have HDR? Why would I want to have 1080p 60 FPS? Now granted, I could probably order that on Amazon, as it literally showed me right here. Look at that. $200. That's a fine price, I guess. But to me, it just doesn't look as appealing as this. Which, fuck that price. That price is okay, but why is it used? Used products are not as good. Unless they were well taken care of. But, really? 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 Please note. They look almost identical, for one. Okay, to a degree they do. But, really? You have all those extra bells and whistles. You know, oh hey, we bumped up the video quality and stuff. You know, uncompress and all that stuff. High performance adaptive light bar, HDR enabled, all that stuff. That should at least be 150. But yeah. But anyway, now to actually get to what we were doing. Oh man. I mean, I could. Okay, I guess I'll just go ahead and play. There's a fly in here. What I was gonna say though is, I'm perfectly content with having a lesser quality camera in terms of like performance, because as long as I'm still getting a good camera, even if, you know, it doesn't have all the bells and whistles of its bigger brother, that's fine. Because for the foreseeable future, at least after I get that, I won't think about getting a new one. Also, thanks for telling me where you are. Why am I acting like this actually is a City Guesser? Like, the City Guesser episode. Because, I mean, I made this a just chat stream. It's not like I'm playing competitively against other people. Like what I wanted to do one time. Anyway, so, yeah, first things first, I am excited to announce that, I'm either gonna start it late May or the very beginning of June, but I have a side series for Radical Replay that will be both live streaming and, you know, IRL, and this side series is called Radical Rewind Summer Special. The name in particular being inspired by the Los Santos Summer Special that came out last year in GTA Online. Also, Perry the Georgia Puss. Feel free to berate me all you want. That was fucking awful. I'm just gonna guess Atlanta and get it over with. I've never had that before, I'm sorry. Yeah, so summer special is just me, you know, playing games throughout the summer, all that stuff. But with a webcam, it'll have a little extra twist, you know, that, added flair of the 90s. What? I'm a fan of the 90s. And a little bit of the 80s. Early 2000s as well, except for that one day in particular in 2001. Actually, no, there were several days in 2001. One of which being Sega pulling out of the console market. Thank you, Sega. By the way, that was actually 20 years ago that the Dreamcast was officially discontinued. Which is sad, because, I mean, it didn't deserve that. But at the same time, it was either that or Sega goes under and we don't see another Sonic game. Although, admittedly, I hope the next Sonic game isn't shit. Oh, what? Okay. The more I get distracted from what I was trying to do, the more annoyed I'm gonna be with myself. Tree. Okay, share it to Facebook. I won't have to worry about sharing to Twitter because I set up OBS, or not OBS, Streamlabs to always tweet the Twitter. Anyway, now for Discord. Man. Wait, no, why did I do that? No! Oh, no! I forgot no. Oh. No, oh. Okay, at least I deleted it. Shit. Oh. I am so sorry. Okay, let me explain what happened. So, I have Discord on my phone. I also have it on my computer. But what happened was the last time I was on Discord, I was on this Discord chat for Destination Home, which is a group that is preserving the original version of Home, which we'll get to PlayStation Home in a little bit. You know what I mean. But what happened was I was getting ready to share my stream, and I accidentally shared my stream's link to the Destination Home General Discord. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, guys. I swear I did not do that on purpose. It was completely by accident. Oh God, that was. Oh. Okay. There we go. Now that's going to Rex's Discord Wonderland. God, that would. Okay, again, I'm truly sorry that I did that. I'm not trying to pull anyone's leg. I'm not trying to, you know, be sarcastic or anything. That was genuinely a mistake. Cause I should have paid attention. Cause like, instinctively, anytime I, you know, share a link to Discord, it's usually to my own channel. Like, to my general channel or to my streams channel, if I can remember to do that. But whenever I did that, like, I didn't notice until right after I pressed, you know, share, that it was telling me, oh, do you want this to share to this and this? Okay, to the person who logged into this, again, I deeply apologize. If you happen to be from the Destination Home Discord, it's not really my fault. It was a complete accident. God, probably gonna chew my butt out for that. I mean, I did apologize. I did delete my message, and I ended up explaining what was going on. So I'm sure it'll be fine. I hope so. Anyway, I know exactly where this is. This is Atlanta Station? Atlantic Station? Oh, I thought it says Sandy Shores. Oh, there it is. Anyway. So you're probably thinking, what about PlayStation Home? Who wants to go to London? Yeah, for the first time ever, whenever I'm playing City Guesser, I'm actually going to a different place! Actually, I think I might have done Japan before, but At least with this, at least I'll know where I'm at. This looks to be... Oh! Britain. But, the thing is, though, it's... Okay. Let me explain. There's a perfectly good reason why I'm about to do this. First of all, I'm gonna get this wrong. Yeah, it was in Bristol. But the reason why I chose London, or UK, is because of the fact that we need to talk about something. So, see that word there? Also, yes, I can confirm that this is London. I've always wanted to go to London. Not because of Big Ben, I guess, but it's because of something else. So, who's up for some, homework? 'Cause I sure as hell am. Okay, so you might have noticed this and this. Ignore that. This is of very big importance. And that's because of my persona, Jolt. Posted on Facebook and a little bit on Twitter. Okay, so first of all, how about we go to PlayStation London Studio, because there is a lot of stuff to take in. First of all, I'm not actually going to apply for a job, I just want to show this off. Take a look at the job listings. Animation programmer, 3D character artist, online programmer, all that stuff. They're probably thinking, okay, well, what's so special? First of all, take a look at this. Now, here's the thing. A role of crucial importance. You're going to want to remember that. Now for this stuff, I'm pretty sure it's probably focusing on like other projects. But then we have online programmer. And one thing that really stuck out to me whenever I checked this stuff out, because I recognize these guys from some of the work that they've done. Not just the VR games, but something that you may notice may be missing. Something that actually came out in 2008 as an open beta. A perpetual beta. But you'll notice something. It's missing. Why is that important? Well, how about we look at this? So, you could skim through this entire article. And, well, I've talked about this a lot recently on Twitter, by the way. And, there's a lot of evidence that suggests that this whole next project with huge potential is, something that you might have seen briefly on my search results. I think you know where this is going. But how about we go to EUIPO? Because there's something very, very peculiar going on. Very peculiar. Oh, yeah. So, this has popped up very recently. And, looking at the whole goods and services thing, we have all of these things. We have this. Now, you're probably wondering, what the hell does that have to do with anything? Well, it's because of something else. I want you to look at the very big similarities that they have between this and the Soho engine. Mainly the whole description here. Now, according to some articles I've read, they said, oh, it was very recent. It kind of was, but at the same time, it's been like this long. But something else to note is, well, Soho. Bet you're wondering where that is, what that is, and what that has to do with anything. Well, I don't mean that. I'm talking about this Soho. So, Soho, London. This place. If you rearrange those, it looks like someone's saying "Holy Fook." Okay. But then we have PlayStation London Studio. Why is that important? Well, that's because they were originally called Team Soho. Yeah. No joke. Well, kind of. Team Soho. You're probably wondering, so wait, is this like a reference to Team Soho? Well, kind of, but I've noticed that some people have said, oh, hey, since this is probably named after that former development team before it was called, London Studio, that means that they're making the Getaway series, right? Well, okay. If that's so, then how come there are no job descriptions for voice acting or, motion capture, which right now that kind of makes sense with the, thing going on, but at the same time, people have sort of circumnavigated that and made it to where they could do it safely. But there's not any job listings for, story design or, like stuff like that. Now, granted, there have been posts from London Studio on Twitter that mention people have already gotten some job listings, but those are job listings that weren't listed on the actual website. So they weren't listings, they were just people who were selected to have those roles, for another project. But I want you to think about this. So, PlayStation Home was an online community service and a virtual world. For all intents and purposes, it was essentially an MMO, like a massive multiplayer online game, but it wasn't, an RPG style game. There were a few RPG style mini games on there, but Home itself wasn't designed as an RPG game. It was a social interaction gaming platform made by these fellas, originally released on the PS3. But here's the thing. Perpetual beta. Why is that important? Is because typically a game's beta means that the full product will be released in the future. Maybe a very long away future, but yeah. But, oh, hey, oh. Well, that's the first time I've had one of those in a while. Also, I typically don't type like that. It's just sometimes I get lazy. But anyway, so here's the thing. External companies. Not only that, but yeah. Yeah. Yep. And if we remember from that one job listing, it said external companies. An external company, from what I can tell, simply means a company that is not directly correlating to the main company that is working on the project. So, for example, you could have a company like Red Bull or, friggin' Old Spice or something, and they can approach Sony's London studio and say, hey, we've seen PlayStation Home and we would like to market our product there. We have some ideas that we would like to give you. You see where I'm going with this. And not only that, but it could also be related to gaming as well. You know, like other developers, like for example, um, I know there's Capcom. I think there's Konami. Before they went to shit, sort of. Um, I guess technically there was a Sega thing because I remember. Okay, so I do have a PS3, but the battery in it is dead. Like it'll still work, it'll still turn on and stuff, but it's like this clock battery thingy, which some people call the C-bomb. I think that's dead, so I can't really do anything. But from what I remember, I did have Sonic Adventure 2 on there. I didn't have the DLC for Battle. I do on PC, but yeah, I had Sonic Adventure 2, and from playing that game, I got a special shirt in PlayStation Home, which I think it was just the box art of the game. You know, like the box art that you would see of Sonic and Shadow on the front cover. Yeah, it was that. And I loved it. It was cool. Um, but what I'm trying to say is any, like, basically any company can propose their, you know, product to SIE London, and they could tell them, hey, we've seen PlayStation Home, we want to market our new product or something, like our new game or our new beverage or something, you know, something like that. But the thing is, that's what Tara Saunders meant by, you know, a project with huge potential. You see where I'm going with this, right? And the whole Soho engine, and I'm gonna read all these, or at least try to. So we got goods and services number 9. Computer game software, video game software, interactive entertainment software, virtual reality software, animation software, augmented reality software, electronic game software for mobile phones, communication, networking, social networking software. You get the gist, right? So this engine, and given, you know, PlayStation London Studios' track record of making astonishingly good VR games for the PSVR on a PS4, you understand what I'm saying, right? This engine is highly versatile, what it's supposed to do, for one. And not only that, but I mean, here's the other thing. Oh, I saw something on my phone. Okay. So, yeah. So, Then we have PlayStation Home. And then we'll look at the goods and services for that. And if you see here, all of these are extremely similar to the description for Soho Engine. Now granted, this is an entirely different number, but that's because this is related to a game engine, not an actual application. So, wow, voice crack, man. You take 2 and 2 together, we have all this stuff. And then we have the games. Like, this is what I mean. So, with PlayStation Home, you could play like a boatload of different minigames, ranging from this alternative reality game, She. That's actually how you pronounce it. It's not Shy or Zai or whatever. It's She. Sodium, which was one of my favorites, actually. But this had, MMO built into it. You had the Midway, all this stuff. But, I mean, and look at this. Evo. Esports. Esports. It's all coming together. This engine is going to be designed as a multi-purpose engine that can basically do it all. It could be made into anything you want it to be. Like for VR or just straight up just PS5. And it mentions social networking, virtual worlds, stuff like that, I keep seeing something on my other screen. I guess I'm just looking at me scrolling and I think that there's something popping up. But, yeah, like, basically what I'm saying is this is solid proof. And, not only that, but these two things are quite literally, on this show, the very same thing. Yeah. So, that's another thing. But, to add on further to it, Home itself, like, it did suffer from some drawbacks. Namely, the loading times, at least in the PS3 version, they were, they were fucking dog shit. Not only that, but it was also hampered by the hardware some more, by not really living up to its full potential. Like, yeah, it would work on PS3, but there's only so much you could do. Like, again, like I said, loading times were, kind of a joke. You know, as in you had to wait a little while for bigger spaces to load. There was the fact that there would be lag because, you know, it was a beta, and typically with game betas, or in this case, service betas, it would suffer. It had security issues and whatnot. It had its fair share of problems, but then again, no game beta / service beta is ever going to be perfect. But the thing is, Home was quite literally the very thing that introduced me to PSN. If it wasn't for this right here, I would not be interested in playing online at all on consoles. Home was the thing that showed me what all there was to see and do, because at first I thought, oh, it's just Call of Duty. No. It taught me that there are so many different kinds of things you could do online on a game console. And if it wasn't for me being curious about PlayStation Home in the first place, I wouldn't be talking about it. I wouldn't have even known about it. I mean, all I would do is probably just look at it occasionally, but let me tell you. So, in 2011 was whenever I got my PS3. So that was 10 years ago, Christmas Eve. Well, I mean, in several months it will be. But then the year after that, December 2012, I'm not saying I played Home on, Christmas Eve. It was actually a couple days before that, but what happened was I got curious about it. I was just, browsing the XMB, and the thing is, I wanted to try it out, but then it said, oh, you have to have a PSN account. So I decided, you know what, why not? I'll make one. And the thing is, so my friends who know me on PlayStation Network, they know my name. It's DragosStar534. There's no capitalizations or spaces or anything like that. It's just DragosStar534. That username was literally just a random name I came up with. But hardly anybody ever made fun of me for it. In fact, almost nobody ever did. Except whenever I first started playing Home, but that was just because I got in an argument with somebody and I just left it. Not left Home, I just left them alone and just went somewhere else. Because, that's basically the responsible thing to do. But what if I told you that Home would end up being such a big impact in my life that even to this day, I still think about it? Even to this very moment, I'm still thinking about it. And I'm thinking about the big possibilities, the big potential it has on PS5. Think about it. PS5 is well known for, first of all, its uncanny resemblance to a Wi-Fi router, but just with a DVD player strapped to it. Not really, it looks like a fucking art sculpture. But, it's a really good machine. It may be a little bit less powerful than its competitor, but, do you really need power to have an entertaining game console that can basically do it all? You got the DualSense, which is well known for all the different features like the haptic feedback, the adaptive triggers and all that stuff. the built-in microphone, which is really cool. But not only that, but the system itself has the solid state drive, which is a very nice replacement for the boxy as hell hard disk drive. Which, speaking of which, that was another thing that hampered the PS3 was the hard disk drive. Because with a hard disk drive, loading times on a game console are absolute dog shit. There's no other way to put it. It was just not very good. But with a PS5 and Xbox, although admittedly Xbox really doesn't have that many, Xbox-worthy next-gen games on there. Maybe the Medium. But PS5 though, like, loading times, okay, let me explain. So, I'm a very avid fan of Grand Theft Auto Online. On PS4, I would have to wait maybe on average 2 minutes or something just to get through the initial loading screen. On PS5, after sitting through the opening cutscene thing, or not opening, you know what I mean, right? That little cinematic scene, whatever it is, of that guy breaking into a car's glass, picking the lock and then driving off, and then cops going after him, and then them shooting at each other, and then the Rockstar logos. After that, and the game showing the information and all that stuff, I watch the loading, and it gets to 20%, and then immediately I'm in story mode. Versus on PS4, it's like, you go through that entire process of, boot up the game and watch that little cinematic whatever it is, then see the wall of text in front of you, and then you sit there, watch all the pretty pictures fly by your face, all that stuff, and for that I have to wait until it gets to 100%. Versus PS5, it's like, I think the game that shows off that kind of technology the best is, ironically enough, the game that actually came with the PS5, which happened to be one of my favorite PS5 games, Astro's Playroom. With that game, loading times are like that. It's like super fast, and it shows off the DualSense capabilities. And the game also, basically shows off the different systems of the PS5. But basically what I'm saying, other than holy shit I'm tired, is that Home would be perfect on PS5. Because if you think about it, this hampered PlayStation Home because of loading times and because of the fact that it also affected just how big you can make a personal or public space. But the other thing is, you have to think about how long it's been since PlayStation Home closed. As of this year, it's been a little over 6 years since Home closed. The thing is, though, a couple of people, including myself, have a theory that since Home is very much likely to come back on PS5, very soon I might add, what if they've been working on it since they closed it? Because I want you to look at this. Closure. Closed. It doesn't say shut down. It says closed. That terminology is only exclusively used for betas. And wouldn't you know it, Home was a beta. Sony never at all said shutting down Home. They said they were closing it down. The reason why is because that would allow the developers to focus all eyes on, that. Now, at one point, they did have to start making stuff for PS4, VR stuff, but that's just it. Those are just, excuse me. Okay, there we go. Two VR games. Yeah. The thing about VR is that yeah. Yeah. But what I'm basically saying is that you have to think about it like this. It took SIE London basically, 3 years, maybe? Not 3 years. From October 2017. Wait, no, October 2016 to May 18th, 2019. That was about 4 years, I want to say. But, I mean, even still, Anyway, but the reason why the whole Soho engine is so important is because, like I said, it could be a multi-purpose engine. You know, like it could be used for virtual reality. It could be used for that. It could be used for this stuff, especially this. But basically, what I'm saying is, it's a proprietary engine made by London Studio, which happens to be in Soho, London. No, I'm serious. I'm not joking. They are literally located in Soho, London. That's not what I mean. Yeah, here it is. So, yeah, alright, so that's all I want to talk about, I guess. It's just, you know, my plans for, this coming summer, and, you know, all that other stuff. Hmm. Hmm. forgot. So, there was something else that popped up, and this was noted by Roberto Serrano on Twitter. So, one is PlayStation Beta Program. There's some check marks he put in this post saying, you must be 18 years or older, you must be a resident in the US, Central or South America regions, you must have internet connection. Got you covered right over here. And do not share video, audio, images of any product as firmware, game, and so on. I think I can do that. But that's interesting though, because there's also a link that takes you to said thing, and it just says private beta agreement. Doesn't say what the beta's for. Whoops. And yeah. But if I had to guess, I'd say we're looking at it. Anyway, yeah, that's just my 2 cents. So, everything I'm looking at is definite evidence that, wait, actually, no. We're not done yet. So, there was something else I wanted to talk about. You know, regarding PlayStation Home's not a very definite return. So, there's a YouTuber that I like to watch sometimes called The Real Huggable Panda on, well, YouTube. And they made a video back in 2019, I want to say. Yeah. And they had shown, first of all, Destination Home, which is that project I mentioned, which is meant to preserve the original version of Home. But they also went into detail about this. And around the end of the video, they were also talking about, you know, the fact that there was an interview, which I couldn't find it, but I believe it, and I'll explain why. But the interview is between the interviewer themselves and Tanguy Dewavrin, or whatever it is, who is the founder of Atom Republic and the lead developer of Atom Universe. You might know where this is going if you're a home veteran like me, although I started playing in 2012, so it was sort of like the later part of his life. But here's the thing though. This interview took place shortly before Atom Universe was due to launch. I don't mean like a couple minutes, I mean like the actual interview itself was a little while before Atom Universe came out of early access and people could get it. Why is that important? Because also at that time Home was closed down. But in the interview, Tanguy Dewavrin said, so when we were making our virtual worlds, like, by we, I'm talking about the people who made stuff on PlayStation Home. Like, Atom Republic made content, and they ended up making Atom Universe. We have Four Kings Casino and Slots, which is basically the same as the Paradise Springs Casino and Slots. We have Zalox Studios, which used to go by, I think, Kovac, but they rebranded because they were making their own game. But the thing is, you'll notice something. Those games were all released on PS4 and Xbox One, except for Atom Universe. Atom Universe is on PC, though. But the thing is, in the interview, Tengai said Sony had told us that we shouldn't be in direct competition with home. They signed an agreement to that. For something to be in direct competition to something, if I may show, yeah. This is what I mean. So, in the interview, Tengai said that the developers who made content for home and ended up making their own virtual worlds as spiritual successors, they had to sign an agreement that that said that they shouldn't be in direct competition to PlayStation Home. Again, this interview took place after PlayStation Home closed, so it's sort of like Sony knew they were going to bring it back. And if you think about it, yeah. Plus, another way that would work yeah. Compete for the same market. In this case, like, what this implies is that Sony, again, they knew they were going to bring back home. But they just wouldn't allow those other developers to have upgraded versions of their games on the next-gen platform. Which, at that time, wasn't the PS4, though. The PS4 was current gen. But the thing is, Sony wasn't planning on bringing home to PS4. Because the PS4 was the reason why they closed down the home beta. Is because they were shifting their focus to the PS4. But you're starting to notice the Soho engine, PlayStation Home's trademark being renewed back in late 2019. We've got mentioning of a project that has huge potential, as said by Tara Saunders. We have the whole beta program thing. It's all coming together. And I feel like whatever they're cooking up out there, we're about to hear about it very soon. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this, even if it was shorter than usual. It's just a stream I wanted to do real quick, because it was something that was on my mind. I wanted to talk about it, and yeah. The summer thing was just something I recently thought up of, but the main topic was actually PlayStation Home and the very big potential it has on PS5 and all that stuff. With that being said, I hope you've enjoyed this. If you did, then follow me on Twitch. I will be uploading this as a video on demand on YouTube soon, probably tomorrow morning. And I'll probably have to do it like in the morning because I'm planning on going walking tomorrow. So what I'm planning on doing is it depends on when I wake up, because if I wake up at a good enough time, then more than likely I'll be able to upload it a little after I wake up, after my PC gets all booted up. You know, the normal booting up process, start it up and all that stuff. That's what I mean. It's not like some long drawn out process. It's just, yeah. But whenever I turn on my PC and everything's all set to go, I will upload the VOD on YouTube, and that's where you'll get to see it. But in any case, see you later. Night.